Hey, it's Byram. I'm just making my weekly plans and I wanted to share a video of how I assign the book creator books to my students because that was the hardest thing to get used to in the beginning and the thing that took me the longest. And I think I might be able to help some people who kind of think it takes forever because that's how I felt at first. But after a few weeks, it went really fast. So, first of all, how I get into Book Creator, I log into my NC Ed Cloud and go to Clever. This is the easiest way to get into Book Creator. I know that there's an app right on the iPad, but I do not have my kids use that to log into Book Creator because I ask them to log in through their NC Ed Cloud, just so that it's under their Clever sign in. So when I get to Clever, I type in book and it pops right up. So here's my book creator and it opened right up to a library that I have set up. Let me show you my libraries. I have my small group, the caterpillars. I have my small group, the cats, my small group, the pigeons, and my small group, the crocodiles. And then I have some math books that I created as well. So I'm working with, I usually start with the cats. They're right on the first grade level. So they're doing cycle 13, just like we are. So I opened up my email and I had saved the link where the district gives us all of the book creator books. So I just type in book creator to my email and follow that link. And then it opens up to all of my books. And I scroll down to first grade is blue, cycle 12, and click, oh, my bad, cycle 13, sorry. And right here it says you can remix this book. So click on remix this book, and this is going to my cats group. So now when I go to my cats group, there it is. It's showing up right now. It takes a minute for it to load. And while it's loading, I just drink my coffee. Oh, it loaded. Okay, good. Now, before I change it too much, I want to copy this book. That's the most time consuming. So I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 students in this group. So I want to copy it 6 times. So let's see, let me move this out of the way. Down here, oops, sorry. Down here, you see this little picture of the books and copy book, cats, copy book. Oh, I go back to the one that's still blue because it takes a while to load each book, cats. Go back to the one that is already loaded, copy it, cats. I have to do this 5 times so that I have 6 books. There's probably a better way, maybe, I don't know, but this works for me right now. Cats. Okay, that should be 6. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Delete book. Now I put their names on it and all of my students have been logged in. So I changed this early full alphabetic because, and I changed it to their names, Vanya. And I'm going to share it with Vanya so that only she can work in her book. And so she can get into it and I can get into it. Start collaboration. Now, I could probably release this task to the kids, but for me, I still do it. I write their name on the cover for them. And each week I kind of change it to a different color so that I can say, okay, we're working in cycle 13, but all my students' books in all of their libraries will be that same color. And this week I'm going to stick to red because I just want it to be easy for this video. So now Vanya is ready to go. She can work in her book right now if she wants to, but it is 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. I don't think she wants to work in it right now. So the next one, now if I forget who is in this group, just because I have a lot going on, I can open back up my collaboration tab and it will just give me the names of those students. So what I'm doing is clicking on this little share button down here. You can see right now this book belongs to nobody. And I'm going to click on this sharing tab, click collaborate, change, and I see Anthony's my next one. Exit out, and it says Anthony and me, start collaboration. Now I'm going to write his name on it. This is the one I did. I tried them all. Try to make them look different every week so that I can always remember, oh, everyone's on the one where your name is written in red. You'll see my kids' books, they all changed the covers. So now I'm going to go back to the library and I'm going to change this copy early full alphabetic to Anthony and Anthony. So there's no confusion. It's Anthony, Anthony, Anthony. Okay. So that's assigned to him. It has his name on it. We're good to go. Next kid, share, click the sharing options, collaborate. We want to change this. We're going to do Eliana, start collaboration, add her name. Sorry if I'm doing this in a different order every time, but it is 10 o'clock on a Saturday, so forgive me. I'm officially a nerd for doing homework at this time. Eliana. So that has her name on it. Back to the library. Delete all this business that only I need to think about. Spell her name correctly. Oh. And then I don't like to leave my name down there because I think the kids will be like, what? You didn't do all that work. All right, so that's Eliana's book. I shared it with her. Only her and I can get into that book. Next one. I always click on the sharing tab to see who's next because I probably do have my students groups memorized, but right now I need all the help I can get. So Kanan is next. Start collaboration. Let's put his name on it. I'm going to click on the adding the text title. Kanan, if you want to start doing this, but you need help, I'll come help you. I'll do it for you for a week. At first it's really clunky, but then you just fly through it. Go back to the library. Oopsie. Kanan. Okay, that's assigned to him. It has its name on it. We're good to go. Click on collaborate, tab, change, Nicholas, start collaboration. Now let's give it his name. Click on the plus sign. Okay. Nicholas, done. Drag it down here. Really, this used to take me so long. I promise it gets faster. I know it's probably boring to watch someone do the whole thing, but that's the way that it got easier, was just doing it over and over. And this should be the last person. That's how I know that I did everybody. And perfect, it's Peyton. So awesome. The best thing is that I just assigned them a week worth of skills block work. And that took me, I don't know how long it took me. I don't know where to look for the time. Like it felt like 5 minutes. Make it a little bigger and make sure, let's see, it says Peyton. Now, if I want to check that it's assigned to him, I can open up the sharing collaboration and there's me and there's him. And if I want to see who's in this library, here's another way. I just drop down this everyone's books and it tells me who's all in the library. Adding them all to the library, now that took me a minute too, and I could help you with that too. It would take us about 10 minutes in your classroom. It's something you have to do when you're there with your kids because you want them to get into their NC Ed Cloud, open up their Clever, and then get into Book Creator. And when they get into Book Creator, then, so if you can get them into Book Creator through Clever, which I do by typing the word book, and they do by typing the word book, then once they're in, you can invite them to join their specific library for their small group by sharing this code with them. So I might even make like a Google slide and it would say cats and then it would have this code. And they were able to all type that code in by themselves. Now, just to make sure everybody is nice and bored, just kidding. Let's do the caterpillars too. I only have 2 caterpillars and I just want to show you again the whole process. So once again, let me even leave Book Creator. I'm going to leave Book Creator. Once again, the way I do this is I go to my NC Ed Cloud and I open up my Clever and I type in the word book and it pops up. It's the rainbow colored book. And it opened me up to my caterpillars, but if it doesn't, I can click up here on this hamburger and it shows me all my libraries, but I want caterpillars. And I look, and last week they did cycle 13, so now I'm looking for cycle 14. So again, where I find the books, I open up the link that I have in my email. I emailed myself link for Book Creator books. And I'm looking for, whoops, I forgot, cycle 14 for kindergarten, cycle 14, and remix. Remix it to the caterpillars and copy it to the library, and that will pop that book right in there. And I have to drink my coffee because it's loading. Sometimes I get impatient and click refresh. Oh, it loaded right as I was doing that. Sorry. Now I have 2 caterpillars, Erin and Violet. So before I type anything on this book, though, I want to copy it for however many students I have. I've tried it both ways. I put their name on it first because I got tired of adding the name, but then I got confused. So, all right, so I just shared this with Erin. So now I know this is Erin's book. I'm going to go up here to the yellow plus sign text, and I'm going to make it red too because remember, everybody is working on the book this week where their name is written in red. So that's for Erin. Now I'm going to put his name down here. And I'm going to put his name down here. And now I'm going to do that for Violet too. And put her name on it. And so this means I'm like halfway done with my class. All right. And I think I forgot to share that with her because there's 3 things I do. I change the names down below. I put their name on it right here. And then you have to make sure you share it with them because that allows them to get to the view where they can change it. One more thing I want to show you is my favorite part of Book Creator. The reason why I'm starting to really love it is because of the accountability. So as I'm working in my small group, I might have my small group students right in front of me, and then I have my laptop open, and I'll have my Book Creator tab open, and even my kids who are across the room, I can kind of, let me go to an older book. I can open up their book, and when I click on pages, I can see everything that they're working on, and I can say, I can just do like a little mid a little mid skills block interruption and say, "Oh, Kanan, I need to see you for a second. Can you come over here?" And then he'll come up and I'll say, let's see, what are we supposed to do on this page? Oh, that's the wrong prompt. Sorry. Um, I think whoever made this book creator, they usually are pretty flawless. So I would probably say, whoops, that was supposed to say campus. And we know that when we have two consonants together, and we have VCCV, we go right between those two consonants, just like this one right here. So I would say, let's delete this and see there, you still have this circle. You can move it right down here. And then I'd say, okay, it's time for you to get back to work. But on these pages, dentist, campus, tablet, remember, you can only circle one, the one where it's correctly divided, and you want it to be right in between the two consonants. And I like it because I have all my students, um, I can like see them real time doing their work, and it's just really nice to see. Um, Also, I share these on the weekend with parents. I have one that really like I thought was so when I shared it with a parent, it was so cute. My my group that's working on the full alphabetic, they are so fun to listen to them read their decodables. And also, so yeah, they read their decodables, which I love. And then I can send this to their parents, and it kind of is like their parents can't edit it. They can just leaf through and listen to all the things that they said. So I love hearing them read. But the other thing that was so cool, they the sight words. I shared this with Foskey because I thought it was so cute. And then they have to use it in a sentence. He was talking about the Roblox game Barry's prison. So he said, "Congratulations, you've escaped Barry's prison." And I thought that was so adorable. But I like it because you can, we've been doing it since like September or October. And in October, I was feeling a little bit like, oh my gosh, they need so much help right now. Um, this isn't the way I thought it was going to be. Like it seemed like it was going to be great, but like when I go through them, they're missing a lot. But honestly, every week, as I look through them on the weekend, um, I jot down a few notes and I email them to myself, and that way on Monday morning I can call the kids up. And the best thing about them is they're repetitive. Like each week they have the same kind of tasks with a new spelling pattern. So I can say, I noticed you've been struggling with, or I noticed that you haven't been reading your um, decodable out loud. I really want you to make sure this week that your main goal is to read your decodable out loud. And there's one more thing I want to show you. Sorry. Um, the other thing I love about these is you see how it has chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4 on the second page. At first, when I started Book Creator, I just was like, I don't know why they did that, whatever. But the more that I used it, we are able to set goals and say, okay, because my kids are like they would rather make choices than do their Book Creator, but they will do their Book Creator. So it gives a good structure. I can say on Monday you have to finish all the red pages, the chapter 1. So when you get to page 9, you can, um, after that you can do Epic or ABC Mouse or Raz Kids. I bought Raz Kids for my kids. On Tuesday, you can do the orange part. And when you finish the orange part, you can make a choice. You can do your Epic or ABC Mouse or whatever else that I want them to do. That's still a good educational choice. On Wednesday, you have to do all the yellow. And on Thursday, you need to do all the green. And on Friday, if they were absent or we don't have school Friday or we didn't have school Monday, then I just adjust to that. But it gives a good guideline for how far they should get in one day. And it really works nicely with the time that we have for skills block. So that's my long and boring video about Book Creator. But after using it now at the beginning where I was like, oh my gosh, is this ever going to get better? Now I was so excited to see that they're able to follow the directions, and it just took like, a couple tweaks every week. I was like, we're not going to go for perfection right away. We're going to start just once a week. I'll pull the group to me and say, hey, you guys, this really says you're supposed to take a picture of what you wrote on the paper. And oh, one last thing I did, this group was kind of having some parts that they were having trouble with every time. So I made a book of my own and just did a couple examples of what the page would look like when it was fully completed, because they were kind of rushing. So I was like, just little changes, like asking them to make this voice prompt bigger so I could see right away that. And then I read it really like cheesy. Oh, maybe. Oh, I don't think my microphone was working, but I was just giving them a little bit of a boost, like so they could see, oh, on page 32, oh, I need to circle an answer. Okay. But I didn't do the whole thing for them. Or this one they were struggling with was writing silly sentences. So I know I didn't write it on a piece of paper like I want them to, but they were just like having that nervousness of writing where they didn't, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to write. So I just was showing them an example of how to do that. So I only did that for this one group because the other, like the first grade books, don't have quite as complex tasks. They just started Syllable Sleuth, so it's something I've been supporting them with in small group. And my crocodiles are my group that's working on a second grade level, and they have had Syllable Sleuth for a while now. So I was really ready for them to start showing me they could do that on their own and do it correctly. So that's why I needed to give them a little scaffolding and show them an example. So thank you for watching my video, and click that subscribe button. No, I'm just kidding. Have a good night.